One of the biggest objections that I constantly get from sellers is regarding commission. Either they don't know how the commission process works, or they want to know exactly what they're paying for. Well, in this particular video, I'm going to talk about what real estate agents do to get your house sold and earn that commission. Coming up. Welcome back, everybody. Such a pleasure to be back. My name is AlexBeltran. If you're new here, welcome. And for all you regular viewers, thank you so much. I could not do this without you. I talk about real estate tricks, tips, and topics. So if you're in the real estate business, aspiring to join the real estate business, or you just want some guidance or references to everything that the real estate industry encompasses, then go on ahead and smash that subscribe button because we're just gonna keep on rolling with this. So there's this epidemic of what the real estate industry likes to call discount brokerages or discount brokers, where they do the same work of a real estate agent either at a flat fee or a ridiculously low commission rate. Or even worse, companies give you all the tools you need and you, the homeowner, does all the work and they charge you anyway. Talk about getting ripped off. And these discount brokerages really seem to spring up during a seller's market all of a sudden. So how does the commission process work? Well, a real estate agent gets paid an agreed upon percentage between the seller and the listing agent of the gross purchase price of the home. The keyword here is purchase, because a real estate agent only gets paid when the house sells. Now, there are some circumstances where the listing agent still gets compensated by the seller even if the house doesn't sell. This is usually agreed upon when the listing contract is being written. There's a lot of reasons why this might happen, so I'm not going to dive too deep into that process. And just a little side note here, commission rates are not set in stone. Every agent has their own commission rate and fees depending on their local market. So just as an example, the listing agent and the seller agree to a 6% commission on their $450,000 house. Let's just say that that house sells for $450,000. 6% of $450,000 is $27,000. Whoa, wait, real estate agents make how much? Now, out of that 6%, the listing agent has to pay the buyer's agent because that's how buyers get paid. Now, let's pretend that the listing agent is awesome and he splits the 6% 50-50 with the buyer's agent. Listing agents never split the commission 50-50. I'm just using this as an example. That means that 3% goes to the buyer's agent, 3% goes to the listing agent, which means that $13,500 goes to each agent respectively. From there, each agent does their own accounting, so that 3% isn't necessarily their take home. Which brings me to the next most commonly asked question. Why so much? And just for reference, depending on your local market, because prices vary drastically throughout the entire US, 6% of $45,000 is $2,700. 6% of $450,000 is $27,000. And 6% of $4.5 million is $270,000. Real estate agents make how much? I get it, that's not cheap. In fact, looking at it from an outsider's point of view, that seems very outrageous. You see, the common consensus is that real estate agents just go snap a couple photos, upload it to the MLS, and bada bing, bada boom, sold. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Real estate agents work beyond full-time to stay on top of everything and make sure that they're guiding you through the entire process as smooth as humanly possible. Because at the end of the day, sellers want only one end result, and that is to sell the house for the highest price possible in the shortest amount of time with the best possible service. And that is what you're paying for: my work, my pool of buyers, and my expertise. So let's break it down. My work. While there are a lot of things that I have to delegate out to make them 1, the best, and 2, efficient, like the photography and the staging, I have to coordinate all the marketing, which includes those photos, the staging, the marketing tactics. You know, like mailers, emails, AdWords, and targeting the right buyers. Those of you that own your own business know that marketing, it's not cheap, and it's very, very necessary. You can have the best house in the world with the best price in the world, but unless you put it in front of people's faces, they're not gonna know it exists. The more people that walk through that front door is more people that are likely to write offers, which means that you as a seller are in a better position to sell your house at top dollar. It sounds easy, but I promise you, it is not. Have you ever walked into an open house where real estate agents just chilling on the couch playing video games on their phone because no one, and I mean no one, has stepped foot into that house during that 3 to 5 hour long open house? That's poor marketing, and it's not fun explaining to the seller why no one attended the open house. I also have to coordinate with escrow, title, buyer's agents, home inspectors, appraisers, and anyone else who's involved in the selling process. And also including follow-up, which is probably one of the more important aspects of getting a house sold. Now, following up with 2 to 4 people, that's easy. Try following up with a bunch of people and scheduling them. And once you get them through that door, you still have to work on them in order to write an offer and submit it. People need an extra push in order to write and submit an offer. I mean, I struggled to fork over $4,500 for my new MacBook Pro. Now imagine somebody spending $450,000 in a 30-year commitment. Yeah, they're gonna need just a little convincing. And one of the things that I'm very proud of, my pool of buyers. We live in a world of supply and demand, and I can supply what the seller is demanding. A buyer that is qualified and motivated to purchase their property. It takes several years as well as a lot of legwork to acquire a pool of qualified buyers. Not only do they have to be able to purchase, but they have to be motivated to do so as well. Because realistically speaking, anyone can pretty much purchase anything. It's just whether or not they're actually willing to do so. And this pool of buyers that takes years and a long time to acquire is what makes real estate look easy. In fact, a pool of buyers is so important that it's the reason why a lot of for sale by owners end up listing with real estate agents, because they don't have access to lists of these qualified buyers. And in modern times, data is king. Not only do I have my own buyers that are qualified and motivated, I have to verify that the buyer's agent's buyers are qualified and motivated as well. This includes checking up on their banking, whether or not they can actually purchase this home, to make sure that the offer is good. And that takes up a lot of resources. And lastly, my expertise to let you know my professional opinions as well as my professional guidance. I'll let you know if the deal is good or not. I'll let you know what possible problems we may run into, as well as what solutions we can have to those problems if they ever come to fruition. If you have something worth $450,000, would you really let some random internet troll in charge of selling it just because they wrote a snarky comment and said that they can do it for cheaper? Because that's what these discount brokerages are. The trolls of the real estate world. I highly doubt you would put your trust in a troll, because statistically speaking, your house is your largest investment, and I'm sure you wouldn't want anything to go wrong with that. And if something does go wrong, you want someone with the solutions on your side and can be held accountable. If you've ever moved before, you know it's a stressful process. You don't want the buyer's buffoonery and legal pressures added to that as well. But I'm just some guy on YouTube, and if you don't want to use a real estate agent to sell your home, that's fair. Then here are my suggestions for selling your home at top dollar. 1, take amazing photos. Take such nice photos that when you look at them, you almost feel like you don't want to move out. In order to make that possible, you're probably gonna have to declutter, clean, and paint. Number 2, market it to the right buyer. Keep in mind that price is a marketing tool, as well as where you place your home for sale. Number 3, look up all the vendors in advance. You know, like the title companies, the escrow companies, the handyman that you're gonna use, the inspectors that you're gonna use. Number 4, qualify every lead. Make sure that they're motivated and have the money to purchase your property. And number 5, follow up, follow up, follow up. You will be surprised how many people say that they really want your house, and then next thing you know, they ghost you. Which brings me to the question of the day. Have you tried selling your home for sale by owner? Or do you just use a realtor? Go ahead and comment in the comment section down below. If you want to keep up to date with everything that I'm doing in real estate, go on ahead and give me a follow on Instagram. If you found this video informative or entertaining, go on ahead and smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to check out some more real estate videos, I'm going to go on ahead and link them here and here. Other than that, catch you guys next week. Peace.